Hello, all dear network creators, and thank you all for coming to this Q&A session. My name is Vladimir. I'm in charge of customer care at Ning, and it's kind of experimental session since we were not quite sure regarding the format of this broadcast, and we would appreciate your feedback after this. I'm sorry for that. It's kind of experimental session since we're not quite sure regarding the format of this broadcast. We would appreciate your feedback after that. And the way it will be structured now is next. I will be reading the questions that you have entered in the form or to this meeting, and we'll be replying to them. And after this, we will get to the questions in the live chat, and our marketing specialist, Andrew, will be helping to moderate the chat to this webinar, and will pass me your questions after we finish with the first part. A lot of time, nothing will happen on the screen since I'll be reading the questions and giving the answer to those questions. And I'll go one by one and skip the repeated questions that were already addressed. And some of the questions you ask are too complex to reply to them comprehensively within given time frames. We have scheduled around 30 minutes for the first part and 15 minutes after for your live questions. And I will try to point you in the direction where you will get a more comprehensive answer. Also, there will be some questions that I would need to specify because they're not quite clear, and I will point to them as well. You will find different links in the description to this video, and those links are related to the questions you asked. Also, you'll find there my email address where I'll ask you to send more details regarding some of the questions so that they will be addressed properly later. So let's start from the first question we received. It's understanding and maximizing the functionalities. Well, this is a relatively broad topic. And if you are a 2.0 customer and looking for more details regarding newer version of Ning, I would suggest you watching the webinars that we were making around 2 months ago. So here's this webinar. You will find link in the description. Here I compared two versions of Ning in terms of new functionalities and improvements. Also, there is a 1-hour video that you can find on our help center. It's here. So it overviews the Ning platform from different perspectives. And also, in order for me to give you a meaningful advice about what functionality to use, I need to know better your use case, goals in networking, and also how your network is currently structured. So you can email me with the description of your use case and what you're looking for, and I will check what improvements could be made and which functionality could help you to get more value. So let's get to another question. When the automatic conversion from Ning 2.0 to Ning 3.0 will be ready, that includes all functionalities. It's blogs, events, videos, and so on. At this moment, we are able to transfer all types of content. It's photos, events, blogs, videos, forums, members' data, comments, messages. And based on the way this question was formulated, I guess I need to clarify a bit more about what migration is and to avoid any misunderstanding. The migration is about transferring the content from old network to a new network. So it's not an upgrade of existing network. So it means that you would need to create a new 3.0 network first. And if you wish your network, new network to be attached to a current Ning account, you would need to log into a Ning account and start a trial here. So the link to this also in description. When you click on start your 14 days free trial, you'll be prompted to choose the network topic. here. So the way this topics look, you can check if you go to ning.com and to themes. So here you can see the live preview of how themes can look. But actually, it's not really important which theme you choose during the registration, since later on they could be easily changed in the design studio of your network. So if I check this 3.0 network and go to the design studio and themes, I will see the list of available themes here, and I can change them anytime. And if I don't like any themes from here, I can easily customize them using the available tools of Design Studio. More details on how to customize, how to work with Design Studio, you can also find in the webinar and in this this video overview that I mentioned earlier. The migration itself will be launched within 24 hours after your request, and it will be made if it's going to be made within business week. The migration process will take no more than a couple of hours itself. After it is finished, we will notify you, and you will need to check if everything is in place. And after your final confirmation, we could reattach your custom domain, or we can swap your new Ning URL with your old Ning URL, so that it will be the same as it was on your old network. The next question is, when members signs up, we ask their mobile numbers, and sometimes they give fake numbers. Is it possible to check by sending an SMS to confirm the mobile number? Well, our platform does not have such inbuilt tool to verify a mobile number of users who registered. I will pass your feedback to our product team for future enhancements. But if this is important for your network, and if it's crucial, there is a workaround. It presupposes additional coding on the front end and a third-party tool. Since it is possible to add a JavaScript code that will work on the page where member answered profile question, well, the specific application could be written that will be forcing members to verify their number. The application will send this entered number to a third-party service, and they will send back a response that confirms whether this number is valid or not. Well, after a quick search, I found this NumVerify service. They have the API. So if you need more assistance with that, you could email me and we can discuss the specifics of additional customization. Another question, Ning with Facebook. Well, it is possible to set up Facebook sign-in application if you go to members management section in sign-in, sign-up. So you will see here the option to add a Facebook. So the process is relatively simple. You can just you would need just simply to follow the instructions. This is updated instructions. So you just follow them, and in the end, you will get this app ID and app secret from the Facebook, and you just simply connect it here, and your members will be able to register on your Ning network with their Facebook account. So if I go to this network here, and we'll try to sign up or sign in, and we'll see the option to sign up with the Facebook. Some of you might have noticed that the Facebook sign-in application was functioning with some disruptions recently, It's because currently we were using the third-party tool for this purpose, and the issue with performance was related to some issues with them. So currently we're working on our own tool for this purpose to avoid any dependency and ensure the correct work of this option for all networks. Another thing that is available with the Facebook integration, it's this integration that allows to leave Facebook comments on different content on your network. So the process of creating this application is also pretty much straightforward. It's already connected to this network, but if it's not, you will see the Add App option. Click on that, follow the instructions, and in the end, it will be connected. What it allows you to do is to add Facebook comments under the content of your network. So let's say on the example of this photos page, in the comment section, we choose Facebook. If we examine how it looks, just open any photo. It's loading. So what it allows you to do is to leave the Facebook comments. So even like non-registered members, non-registered people with the help of this feature will be able to leave comments under different posts on your network. Another option in build, it's a Facebook like and a Facebook share. So you can leave Facebook likes and share the content on the Facebook using this inbuilt tools. And this kind of inbuilt option, no additional applications are required to enable it. It just could be enabled in a social sharing in the site and social site manager. Let's go to another question. Are you planning to enable Ning customers to have paywalls that use partner paywalls credentials and payment information? Currently, I only use our company payment credentials and must collect payments for partners offering services and then do a revenue share. I would like for some partners to be able to use their PayPal and Stripe information so that they can manage payments with customers and do a revenue share with my company. We have received a lot of similar requests, and we understand this functionality is important, and we might be implementing this feature in the future. But however, it's hard to tell the time frames now on when it's going to be like implemented, since like it's very complicated task and requires a lot of development resources. It will be definitely not this year, and we will notify you on any updates regarding this functionality in the future. Another question, can you share your IT roadmap and feature releases for 2019 and 2020? Our detailed product roadmap is not to be disclosed for security and commercial reasons. But in general, I can tell you that we are working on a new product version. You could check it here. So you could check the beta version at light.ning.com. Well, the full version is going to be ready by the end of this year. A new product is going to be very customizable, since you will have full control over positioning and styling of all the items on your network. You'll have advanced tools to customize the appearance of your network on fly. It will have a lot of inbuilt modern looking templates. It will be very scalable, since it will be opened for third-party widgets and themes integrations. So if some particular feature will be missing for your use case, it could be added with help of a third party and will not depend on our current roadmap and available resources. Also, it will have completed API and native mobile app. The app will come later next year. After full version is released, we plan to migrate all Ning 3.0 networks to new platform. The specifics of this migration process are being worked on, and more details will be available later. Another question, do you have examples of custom mobile applications that are integrated with Ning? We don't have examples of custom applications since we don't have inbuilt tools at this moment to create such applications. However, we do have the API that could be used to create mobile applications by third-party services. And here is our API documentation, and the link also in description. So here you can check which type of contents can be retrieved through this API. We constantly working on the API improvement, and this documentation will be updated with new options. And also, as I mentioned earlier, the new version will have native mobile applications. Another question, when will Ning have full shopping cart e-commerce functionality? We are also getting a lot of feedback regarding this feature as well, and that is something we are also planning to implement in the future. At this moment, as a way around, you could embed a third-party tools in your networks, such as Shopify, for example. Well, but the minus of such approach is that there will be no synchronization between your shopping cart cabinet on third-party platform and Ning database. So it means that if a Ning user would like to purchase something, he or she would need to enter the details like name, email, etc. from the scratch, since they will not be pulled from their Ning profiles. Another question, where can I get a list of authorized or recommended Ning developers available for contact work? Well, in the past, we were having such information posted on our creators network. Is it creators? But it hasn't been updated for a long time, and the information there might not be relevant. But with the release of newer version of platform, we expect a lot of third-party developers to become partners, since the new platform will be very convenient tool for a web developer. It will drastically simplify the process of building their web projects. And based on that, we are planning to have a development database with the release of new platform, and we'll definitely let you know. How is Ning using and securing its customers' data? And has Ning ever been hacked? If so, what information could be at risk? Well, Ning is not using customer data for its own benefit. You are the owner of the data, and you're responsible for this data. Our data center is located in US. It's under all regulations. We follow all the policies and GDPR. And Ning has never been hacked. And occasionally, we are getting DDoS attacks, but we successfully repel them. And more detailed information about how our data center is being audited, you can find in the description to this video as well. Another question. We are a family reunion group, so free flowing communication is essential. How can you change member communication across groups so that any member can communicate directly to any other member without being friends, and any member can post the equivalent of a broadcast message without special admin privileges? We need Facebook-like open forum communication that all members have option to be alerted to see new activity, daily digest. Well, in order to enable member-to-member communication without them being friends, you need to go to the members management section of your network in the settings, and you will see this private messages option, and you can just switch to allowed, and that will do the job. But members are not able to send broadcast messages because it will result in a lot of spamming on your network. If a member wants to deliver some sort of a message to everyone, a member can post, let's say, a forum or a blog or an article, write a message on a public comment wall, or post a message in public activity feed. Also, your members can choose what notifications they would like to receive, and if they go to, let's say, articles or blogs, so they can follow the pages with the content they want to get, like this, and they will be notified whenever something is going to be posted. And also, if you want to receive them digest, you can enable the digest in the email settings in the members management section here. So enable this feature, and members, when they go to their profile page, they can manage where they can manage the notification they choose to receive. In the email settings, they can switch to daily messages notifications. So they will receive a digest of all the activity that will happen during the day. Another question, can we get a Ning representative to attend our upcoming reunion convention? Expected attendance is 250, 300 people in Las Vegas on July 11th. Your attendance would be to promote the functionality of our platform, our group, and to encourage non-members to sign in. Other details can be discussed more. Well, thank you so much for your invitation. We do appreciate this, and we are working on the new product version, and until it's ready, we are not planning to attend such events. We will consider this in the future. Thank you once again for the invitation. Another question, a possibility of getting more than one events calendar on the site. I'm not really entirely sure about this question. If you're talking about the events feature instances, so you could have more than one events feature instance, like on this website. You can add as many feature like event pages as you need. So there is no limit on that. And as for the calendar, our events have inbuilt a Google Calendar feature that can synchronize the Ning event with the Google Calendar event. But there's no other like integration options available at the moment. But currently we're working on Zapier integration, and which is a hub that allows to integrate with a lot of different services. And such functionality might be available in the future, but at this moment I do not have exact timeframes on when other third-party event management tools could be integrated. But we are working on that. Another questions, ways to moderate member posts. Well, in order to moderate member posts, you would need to enable posts and approval here. So for example, if you wish to approve articles, you would need to open the articles page, and you will see this statement here. proof article before they appear. So we click on that, save it, and whenever new article is being posted on your network, it will go to content management section. Here you will see this article in the pending status, and you can decide whether you wish to approve it or not. Also, as a admin of the network, you are able to edit any content that is being posted. So if your member posted something, some article, you can edit it. So that's how you can moderate content, or you can delete it as well. Another question is how to archive from constant contact. Well, I'm not really sure about this question. I guess you meant this service, and if so, I'm not sure what you meant by archive here. If you mean to export the list of contacts from this service and create profiles on Ning network using this list, well, if so, it is possible to do that, but it would require our involvement, and since such option is not available by default on the front end, and it could be done on the back end of the platform. So you could email me with more details, and I will be glad to help you. Another question: speed of network. Well, the network speed will be drastically improved with a new site builder, because current issues that might occasionally happen, it's because like they're related to the excessive code that was being added during the existence of Ning 3.0 platform, and that's not going to happen on a newer version of Ning. Another question, discussion of collecting data analytics from events, ability to reach out to individuals for a single event instead of the full community when a hub is not used. Well, I'm not really sure what kind of analytics you wish to collect from event. Could you send me an email with more detailed description of your needs? And at this moment, if we examine the events page, we will see that currently it is possible to gather information about who is going to event, who is interested. Also, you'll see the list of those who is invited. You could export the list of attendees to this event. Also, you can message people who are related to this particular event as well. Another question from the same customer: current ownership of Ning. Well, I have put in the description. The main investor of Ning is Noosphere Ventures. I've put it in the description, a link to their website. Let me check another question. Anything about network promotional tools? Well, since network promotion goes beyond Ning platform and it encompasses different search engine optimization techniques, digital marketing, SMO, SMM, and others, we are planning to make a comprehensive overview of this topic during next webinars. And at the beginning, I would suggest you starting with a Google Digital Workshop that will give you a good idea of more aforementioned topics. I've put the link to this in the description. But at this moment, I'm not ready to dwell upon the question in details since a lot more time is required for this topic, and we do not have it at this moment. Another question, how to update all the public and inside the network custom pages to have HTTPS so it works with SSL setup within Ning. Well, if these are default Ning pages, they will automatically have HTTPS if you enable it in a domain mapping here. I assume the question comes from customer of Ning 2.0 platform. If you have custom links in the body of forum posts or blog posts that point to third-party services, well, there's no way of updating them manually, like only manually. But however, it is possible to do that on the back end of the platform. And if it comes to the point when you decide to migrate the network, and after the migration, we could help you in changing custom links programmatically. Another question from the same customer: do you have a way to integrate other applications such as Smartsheet, Project, or BI dashboard within the forum and notice board? Or an API to exchange data? Well, we do not have a direct integrations with these services, but as I mentioned earlier, we are working on integration with Zapier, which is a hub for connecting different services through API. And at this moment, this integration like that we currently have with Zapier, it synchronizes members' data, blogs, and comments with Zapier Hub. So the services that might be using this information could be added, could be synchronized. Well, forums are not among these options. So it means that, well, the Smartsheet could be added if on your notice board only, not on the forum. If you need more detailed information about Zapier, you could email me. Is there an API for Ning 3.0 that collects statistics on the activity within a private group, such as likes to forum, views, etc., replies in forum? Well, a Ning API does not have such option. If you can examine the Ning API documentation to see that, but this looks like a very good feature to have, and I will pass your feedback to our product team for future enhancements and for future improvements. Another question: what are you developing to make the Ning platform more usable on mobile phone? Ning 3.0 is by default mobile compatible. If we check any page, we can switch to mobile view. So they're by default mobile compatible. No additional coding is required to make it fit on the mobile screen. New platform version has also responsive design, and it will have a native mobile application. As for Ning 2.0 platform, we're not planning to develop Ning 2.0, so no additional mobile phone compatibility will be added there. Another question: I would like to customize events to be able to limit, view, and alter RSVPs, similar to how Meetup system works. I'm interested in transitioning my group from Meetup, and having control over our RSVPs is very important. Well, if we go back to events page and examine it, yeah. So again, we can gather information: who is going, who is interested, or who is invited. If you need more customized events page, I have made a sample of what could be done on the front end. Well, it is possible to add additional fields to this page. If we go to edit mode, so it is possible to, let's say, add minimum number of attendees, maximum number of attendees, and hide the going or like going option if this number reaches the limit that was set in this field. So if you need like assistance with customizing your events page, just email me. I'll be glad to help you to do that. And also, I would appreciate you could send the logic of the event functionality that you require, so that we can check what could be done in this direction. Another question, upgrade from 2.0. I've already mentioned that. So ADS TXT placements on network. So ADS TXT placement, like it could be done by our tech team, since it requires access to the backend of the platform. So if you need to place this like TXT file in the root of your network, you could email me and we can help you with that. Also, it is in our plans to simplify this process, so you'll be able to manage these files on the front end by yourself. Another question, how to create password protected pages on Ning. Well, we do not have like inbuilt feature for protecting some particular content with password. But for this purpose, we have a members categories. So if we go to members management section in members categories, we can create a specific category of members who's supposed to have the access to some content on your network. And you can put the people that should have access to this content in the members management section. You can promote them, you can add them to this specific category. And after it is done, you can, in a social site manager, in the site and pages section, you can define the level of visibility of pages based on the category. So which means that only selected people, the people you choose, will have option to view this content. The page with restricted visibility won't be even shown in the main navigation menu. Another question, there is a problem of spam. How can we solve it? Well, there are different tools to protect your network from spammers. Well, the first one is to, if we go to settings, you can approve members before they can join the network. So you can check information about your members before they can gain access. You can force them to verify their email address during registration so that they will not use fake emails. Also, you can require bot protection during the registration. So the member would need to enter the captcha or some sign-in question. Also, you can suspend some members for spam on your network. So you can do this in the members management section. You can suspend someone from sending spam. He will lose the ability to send messages until you unsuspend him or remove him. Another question, am I going to be required to upgrade to Ning 3.0? Well, we're not forcing our members to upgrade to Ning 3.0. We can guarantee that the 2.0 platform will be supported until Q3 of 2020, and then we will see what to do next. But since Ning 2.0 platform is an old platform and it's not really compatible with mobile devices, it would be in your best interest to migrate it to more advanced platform. The description of new platform you can check in the webinars. The links are in description. Also, only new 3.0, like only 3.0 networks will be upgraded to a newer version of Ning after it is released. If you're interested to learn more about migration process, and you can also email me. We can discuss this via email. Another question, I would like to know how to monetize the website. and if you provide a resource to improve the look and feel of the site, and if you offer IT services to help in maintain the website. Also, LinkedIn share buttons. I have a very old Ning package. Well, I assume you are using a Ning 2.0 option, and Ning 3.0, like, is more advanced in terms of look and feel, and there are different clean and simple templates that you can choose on a Ning 3.0, like, and also it has, like, I've the link in the description where you can check the way the templates look. As for the LinkedIn share, it's just a standard feature, like it's here. So if I go to some item of content on the network, I will see this inbuilt LinkedIn share option. Also, I would suggest you watch this webinar that I've mentioned and watch the video also that is in description that provides you with a overview of the platform. And you could email me at my email that is also in description. I will be glad to instruct you in more details regarding the migration flow, and also we could schedule a call. As for IT services, we are not involved in managing your platform, your network. We're only involved in maintaining stability and accessibility of your network. Also, we can assist you with minor customization that implies small cosmetic changes. And the last question is tariff plans for the archived sites on Ning 2. Discounts for old members and builders. Status of Ning 3 sites and Facebook app. Okay, some of the questions I've already discussed, but I'm not sure what you meant here by tariff plans for the archives Ning 2.0 sites. Tariff plans are all the same for Ning 2.0 sites, and they will remain as it is now. As for the discounts, we do value our old customers, and the discounts, well, they could be discussed personally, so you can email me. As for the network builders, currently we are working on the partner program that will be hopefully ready by the end of July or August. It will have the reward system for those who is promoting the platform, and we will get to you with details later about this. Well, this is it with the questions, and I will ask my colleague to show me the questions. Question from Rex Richard. Hi, I opened my new site in 2009, and I'm still on the old platform. What problems will I face to move to the new platform, and will I lose any features? Well, we partially discussed the question of migration to the new platform, and among the problems that you might face, well, none of the content will be lost. Yeah, so all the content will be transferred over, but among the features that you might lose, it's the advanced search, the members advanced search. So that is not currently available by default on a Ning 3.0, but we are working in this direction. Other than that, you will only gain benefits from having an updated network. If you're interested again to discuss migration, you can just email me. Question from Freak Martinez. Can I send push notifications to all my members at once? Well, this functionality is not available, but we will consider having it with a newer version of the platform. question from Pac. My question is there any way we monetize the events in the future, or any way we can do that right now? Well, since at this moment the current e-commerce tool allows to monetize access to blogs, articles, forums, and groups, the only way to monetize the event is to put this event inside the paid group. So you can create a specific group inside your network. Let's say events group, and put some description. And you can make the access to this group paid like this. Choose the paywall. How to use paywalls, how to create them, we discussed in the last webinar. So if you don't know how to do that, I would suggest you check that link. And inside the group, you're able to add the page with events. Yeah. So any events that will be posted inside the group, like they will be paid events, because members would need to pay in order to gain access to the event. Another question from Mike Morin: when will the new Ning platform have the ability to make repeating events? Well, it's a good question. As far as I'm aware, it wasn't on our roadmap, but it sounds like a good feature to have, and I will definitely pass it to our product team. So at this moment, if we go to the events page, we can click on add event, or we can click on event that already was created, like this, and we have an option to copy the event. So if you need, like if your concern is related to the fact that you would need to enter manually all the data over and over again for the events that have similar fields, so you can just simply copy the event, and it will be like this, and you can just change the time and date. Another question from Leilu Music: why can't people that don't have a Ning account cannot post on your blog? I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure about this question, but if you're asking about whether it's possible to post something on the Ning network without joining the network, earlier I was showing you that Facebook comment feature that can be added in a third-party integration. Here, Facebook comments, and this feature will allow non-registered members to put to add a Facebook comments like without being a member of Ning. Another question from Teddy Collier: my other quick question I would like to answer later. Will you guys add image optimization to the site so we don't blow through our data? Well, it's a good question. I don't have an answer to that now. I will try to answer it later once discuss this with our product team. And just leave your email and we will contact you, or you can email me directly. And another question: do you plan on adding a quick add feature to the activity feed? I'm not entirely sure about the logic of the feature you're asking about as well. So if you could send me an email with more detailed description of what you're looking for, then we can discuss it. But like this moment, you were able to add only like small comments in the activity field section. Another question from Olga Kozyrok. We also had another Facebook option. We had RSS on Facebook page integrated to our Ning 2.0 network, but it stopped to work. Is it possible to have it back? Unfortunately, I do not have an answer to this question now. Just I would need to specify that with our product team, with the person who is related to the Facebook integration. Like, please email me so that I know who you are and where to send the reply to. Is Ning 3 platform completed now with the full list of features that Ning 2.0 has? Well, Ning 2.0 has some of the features that are not currently available on Ning 3.0. As I mentioned earlier, they're related to the advanced search of advanced member search. Other than that, like, features work almost the same, and almost all the features on Ning 3.0 platform works better. Like, they're more advanced. It is really hard. Like, it's very, again, comprehensive question to answer. I would suggest you watching the live webinar that will give you more understanding of how it works. Do we have the possibility to post Excel tables forms into the comments on Ning 3? Same question about the PDF form. Well, if we open the comment section, let's add the comment wall. There is an option, allow HTML and comments in the comment wall. And if we check it, so it allows you to switch to the HTML mode, and you can embed this form that you wish, like here in the comment section. So I guess you're asking about the embedded forms, embedded Excel forms. So it could be done like this in this section. And as for the PDF, you can have this file upload. So you can just click on this option, choose the file, PDF file, and upload it. So yes, it is possible. Question 4, I get my Ning 2.0 network archived and available just for me and a small group of admins only. Well, the network archiver, 2.0 network archiver is not like working, like it's disabled feature. So no, it is not possible to archive your 2.0 network. Like, if you send me the the premise behind this request and why you need that to my email, I will be having I'll be able to provide you with a more comprehensive and meaningful advice in this question. Question 5, can you offer this plan for your old customers? I'm not sure which plan you wish to be like you wish to get. Please specify that. Another question, and I would like to start a new 3.0 network instead of struggling with migration old one. Well, sure, you can start a new network, but I wouldn't say that the migration is like a struggling. It's it's relatively simple process for you, for your side, because we do all the job. It just take a day or two, so I wouldn't say that it's struggling, but if you wish, of course, you can start just simply a new 3.0 network. It's up to you. The question from Vinanti Sarkar. Sorry if I pronounced it incorrectly. Nearly a dozen of new members were given a notice that the website does not exist, but I have been posting regularly. Well, without having the URL of the website, without checking it on the backend, I'm not able to answer this question. So if you send more details to me, or if the matter is urgent, you can contact our support team at support@ning.com, and they will be able to find you a they will be able also to find what the issue is and why this happened. Another question from Roxy4. Thanks. How do I enlarge the box for my home page, or do I need to use a different theme? Will everything get hosed up if I change at this point? I've already put all my groups, etc. in. Roxy, I would need to know more about like this question, because I'm not sure which box you're talking about. I'll need to know the URL of the network. You could email me. I will be able to help you after. And another question, my inboxes didn't migrate. Shouldn't they have? Well, occasionally some content might not migrate from some type of content might not migrate from the first attempt. We will check on our end what happened, and we'll make sure it will be migrated. So do not worry, all the messages will be migrated over. The message from Professor Apple. I'm still with 2.0 with a ton of problems. I need to know if migrating to newer version will offer the same capabilities as 2.0 forum, groups, a timeline, photos, etc. Ning 3.0 forums, they work almost exactly the same, but they have a bit different layout. If we examine how the forum page looks, we can just add a forum page. So it looks like this. Now you have like an option to add different categories to the forum. You could add up to 50 or up to 100 different categories now that will help you to structure the content. So, and if you like, when adding a new discussion to the board, you'll be able to check to which category this forum post will belong to. So it's structured a bit differently, but it's do the same job. As for other features, they work almost the same, but the group feature works better, because now each group it's like a small network. Inside the network, it could have its own pages. If we go to any of the groups on a 3.0 network, as an admin of the group, you will have the full control over which pages are being added here inside the group. So you can add, remove different page types. So each group would have its own content, like own video content, own photo content, etc. So again, inside the group, you can add as many pages as you need. Let me check. Um, Other question from Team Stokes. Is there any plan to improve events? Limit RSVPs to a set of numbers so they can close automatically when the number is met, similar to Meetup system. Well, I have already discussed this question during this webinar. Yes, it is possible with additional customization on the front end. You can just email me. Also, for creator to create a custom attendee list. Well, this functionality is not available at the moment, but I will pass your feedback to our product team. Maybe we will be able to do this in the future. Another question from Deborah Akar. Member ranking system is overriding member categories. Only new member with no ranking will show my assigned category icon. Well, I guess, let me check. It's loading. So you mean the badges that you put here? They got overridden by the badges that you add through this ranking system. Did you consider putting the badge that is related to member category not in the top right, bottom right corner, but instead put it into the left corner or here or here or here, so that the badge from the ranking system won't overlap it? So I would suggest you to try this as a workaround. But I would need to like more time to test the issue, and if it got overwritten, we would need to, like, if it got overwritten anyway, we would need to do something with the logic of this feature. I will test it, and if it's like happens, I will pass it to our tech team to make improvements. And the question from David A.K. Hoa. Sorry if I didn't get it right. When I sent a thumbnail for my photo album, the pictures doesn't crop to fit the square like it used to. There's a white space. Is there a way to change it? Well, without a particular use case, I would need to check what happened. So I would need to just email me, just send me the URL of the network, and this question has to be tested first, and then I'll be able to address it. Another question from Peck. Is there any way to back up the whole website? Well, we don't have default tools to back up the whole site, and we do have the API, as I mentioned earlier. So if you go to API documentation, with its help, you are able to retrieve the data, like different types of data from your network. Like they will be, the response that you will get from the API, it will be in a JSON format. So, and you can save it anywhere you wish. So this could be like as an alternative to the backup. If you need to learn more how to work with API, you can email me. Question from Med A Rod. Can we do Facebook comments on the platform? I tried to do it with the instruction you have set up, but it seems outdated and doesn't work. Well, just email me, and I will help you to set it up. And question from Roxy4: how do I keep the right-hand column of my main page so it shows up no matter what page or section we're in? If we are talking about the position of main navigation menu, you can change it in the header of your network. So if we go to navigation, to style, and you can put it here like this, if this question was related to navigation. If you're talking about the layout of the pages, like if you wish the same elements to appear in this left column of your page, in the site and pages section, you can control the layout and the position of elements of each page separately. So if you wish to have the same elements on each of the pages, you would just simply need to duplicate this. So let's say if you want to have like comment wall and and let's say photos in the left column of your page, you can just do it on the home page. Then you can go to my page. You can do this again, two-column layout, and place the same elements here as well. So the photos and etc. So this could be done for each page on your network. So you can go to the page and change the layout of the page and place this element on each page separately. Well, I guess that's all questions. Andrew?
No, second.
We have more questions. Let me check. Okay, question from Olga Pazirog. She sent the specifics to the first question she asked. I mean, can we, the owners of old Ning 2.0 networks, get special deal? We open a new 3.0 network and have a special deal to keep admin access to our old Ning 2.0 network site. Well, we do value our old customers, and of course, we are open to negotiate a better deal. So you can just email me and we can discuss this personally. Question part 2. Let me check. Which will be finished, not alive and visible anymore, and closed for public? Well, I'm not seeing the first part of the question too. To be honest, I'm not really remember the question two in full that you asked initially. Could you send like the full question with the specifying part of this question? And the same for the question number 3. Some special, very small price to keep also. Okay, so question number 3 was addressed, and the question from Mede Rod: can we do Facebook comments on the platform? Okay, I've already answered that question. Sorry. Well, if like Olga, if you can, you just can send me the entire question, like entire second question from the beginning and with the specification so that I can answer it. Okay, I will go to other questions now. Question from Indie Music. Will 3.0 have individual music players on each member page? No, 3.0 does not have individual music player on each page. Instead, we have the music player for the entire network. So you can add a music page. And here you are able to create different playlists, add different tracks, but it's not possible to add it separately to the particular page of the member. We might consider this option in the future, and I will pass your feedback to our product team. Let me check another question. How can I edit items for sale? I want to put paywall on certain pages. It only lets me put walls on groups. How can I edit items for sale? Well, it is not possible to put a paywall on a certain group. I mean, on a certain page. It is possible to put them on a certain group only. Well, that's how the e-commerce functionality works at this moment. We're constantly working on improvements of this feature, and we will try to implement this in the future as well. Well, as for other questions you're asking, you could send me an email to vladimirnikulin@ning.com, and that's it for today. And we do appreciate your comment to this meeting, and I do appreciate your time and questions you're asking. If something wasn't addressed the way you needed this meeting, so you can also email me and we can continue from there. Also, we are looking forward to hearing your feedback. We will do some questionnaire after this event and we'll send it to you, and so that we can know whether you find such sessions interesting, and if so, we will continue doing this in the future. Thank you so much for your time, and have a nice day.